This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Hello.
Hola.
Bonjour.
Konnichiwa.
Ni hao.
Ciao.
안녕하세요.
Mabuhay.
Welcome to Washington State.
Explore the sights.
Discover new things. Appreciate the arts, music, and food.
Travel to new places.
Meet the people.
Make new friends.
In other words, come home with us.
Come home with us.
This is INCRadio Seattle, Washington.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all members and listeners around the world. We thank you for joining us for yet another edition of INCRadio Seattle, Washington. I'm your host for today, Brother Marlon Taduran from the local congregation of Tacoma, Washington. And we have a very exciting topic to share with all of you today. Yes, you, the listeners, thank you so much for tuning in today. So on today's show, our topic will be donuts on ice. Oh no, we're not talking about cold pastries. We're talking about inner tubing. And what is inner tubing? And where can people inner tube? Stay tuned as we discuss later on in our topic of discussion. We'll talk about inner tubing in our segment later on today. Also, we will hear from our correspondent who will have an update on news and activities here in the district. And we'll also have a hidden treasure segment showcasing an amazing place located only here in beautiful Washington State. We also have our ongoing hashtag challenge. When you comment in the chat, be sure to leave a hashtag with your local congregation's name. And the winning congregation will be the one with the most hashtags at the end of the program. But here's the catch: for it to count, you have to comment on the actual YouTube link that contains INCRadio Seattle, Washington in the title and not the INCRadio live stream. So make sure it says INCRadio Seattle and you will be in the right place to have your hashtags count for our hashtag challenge. Now we have a lot of winners to announce today. Last week we did not announce the winners for January the 18th. So that's last week. So let's start with third place for the weekend of January 18th. Coming in at third place is the local congregation of Seattle. Congratulations, Seattle. And in second place, the local congregation of Shoreline. All right. And number one for the weekend of January 18th is the local congregation of, drumroll, Everett. Congratulations, local congregation of Everett. Now, our top players, our top brethren who were fighting there in the hashtag challenge, putting all those hashtags for the 18th. We have in third place Sister Jessica Pangolinan from Bellingham. Second place, we have Sister Isabel Forbes from Everett. And we have coming in at first place, Sister Maria Corazon Labayan from Shoreline. So congratulations, sister. So let's go into the winners for last week's show. This was on the 25th. So for last week's show, coming in at third place for the most hashtags in the chat is the local congregation of Tacoma. Oh, I'm getting a drum roll. I love it. Thank you. And for second place, we have the local congregation of, all right, Des Moines. Congratulations, congregation of Des Moines. And in first place, wow, still holding the title, it is the local congregation of Everett, still at number one. Congratulations, local congregation of Everett, holding the title for 2 weeks in a row now. Now, let's go to our top brethren for our hashtag competition. Number 3, we have Sister Diana DePano from Des Moines. Number 2, we have Sister Catherine Joy Monforte from Tacoma. Congratulations. And number 1, let's go ahead and do that drum roll again. All right. It is Sister Isabel Forbes from the local congregation of Everett. Wow. So Everett, they are doing great with the hashtag challenge. Let's see if they can hold on to the title again for one more week. Just have to find out and tune in next week to see who our winners are. Okay, let me catch my breath there. That was a lot of congregations and winners there. We appreciate everyone participating in the hashtag challenge. But now we want to introduce our guest for today that will be talking about our topic. It is none other than our brother Denzel. So, Brother Denzel, if you could, please tell us your name, your local congregation, and if you have any shout outs, now is your time to do so, brother.
Hello, Paul. I am Brother Denzel Vasquez from the local of Bremerton. Just shout out to my family. They've been very approving of me helping out in a lot of local activities and district activities.
All right. I'm very happy to hear that you have the support of your family. I'm sure a lot of them are watching you this very moment here on our radio program today. And we also want to get everyone else involved in our topic of discussion today. So here is our question that we are asking our YouTube chat. Have you ever gone inner tubing? Well, maybe not inner tubing. How about sledding or skiing or snowboarding uh, or anything down a snowy hill? Uh, if you haven't, what are some of your favorite recreational activities to do in the snow? We would like to know. And what are some of your memorable moments that you have from those experiences? So, just having fun in the snow. We want to hear of your memories and fun activities that you do in the snow. As we get ready here in the state of Washington, we may have snow this weekend, but we'll find out a little bit later about that when we talk to our correspondent. Okay, let's go ahead and go into our segment of discussion then. Once again, it is donuts on ice. Sounds delicious, but I assure you an inner tube is not something you can eat. So, Brother Denzel, if you could educate us, what exactly is inner tubing?
So inner tubing, we're mostly going to talk about snow inner tubing here because there is river inner tubing and such activities in Washington. But inner tubing essentially is going in a tube that you might have seen it in water parks and stuff like that, and going down a snow hill at surprisingly fast speeds.
Is that safe, brother, to be on this little donut tube going down a icy hill at high speeds?
There have been, it is pretty safe to do. You will have to sign a waiver, but I don't think there's been any injuries that I have seen. There's been no mishaps, and so far I've seen it's been very safe in a very controlled environment.
Awesome. So it sounds safe, especially if you're in the right environment, but how difficult is it to inner tube? Say someone just coming in, they know nothing about it. It could be their first time ever seeing snow. Can anyone try inner tubing in the snow?
It's an activity that can actually be applied to the whole family. I was with a few people from my local congregation, and we brought up our resident minister's 3-year-old son, and he went down the hill. So I'm pretty sure anyone can enjoy inner tubing.
Wow, only 3 years old, and they're already enjoying going down the hill at fast speeds on the snow. That sounds like a lot of fun, and really exhilarating. Well, what do you enjoy most about inner tubing, Brother Denzel?
I think it's the moment right before you start going down the hill when you start picking up speed, and then you realize like how much more exhilarating it is as you go down the hill.
Ooh, I'm becoming a little anxious. It kind of reminds me of when you're going up on a roller coaster, and uh, I know some places they have like a, what do you call that? Like a conveyor belt or an escalator or something that brings you up the hill. Do you know what that's called, Brother Denzel?
I'm I'm pretty sure it's just a conveyor belt that you hold your tube and then you go onto the conveyor belt and it'll bring you up the hill. Saves you a lot of
Oh,
walking.
wow. Okay, so if you can't walk, at least you have the conveyor belt to help you up the hill. That sounds nice. Uh, but yeah, imagining when you go down the hill at such a fast speed. Sometimes for me, if I go down a hill really fast, I get like the sensation in my stomach that it feels like it's like rising. Does that happen when you go inner tubing or?
Personally, no, that hasn't happened before, and I don't think I've heard anybody talk about that happening. I don't think it's quite as fast as a roller coaster per se, but it's definitely pretty fast.
Okay, so it sounds like it's just the right amount of speed that is good. So for anyone that's out there that might be second guessing inner tubing, it sounds like a nice uh fast but not too fast glide down the hill on the ice. Sounds very enjoyable. And because of that, do you have any fond memories, Brother Denzel, of inner tubing with any of your friends or family?
This most recent trip where I went air tubing, just the beginning of January, it was pretty fun. Just seeing everyone's reaction after they go down the hill for the first time, and them being shocked at how fast it is, or them enjoying it, or yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wow. You're really making me pretty interested in trying inner tubing. I think the most similar thing I've probably done is we have a thing here at the state fair where you ride a potato sack down a large slide. So I would say that's like a watered down version of inner tubing without the tube or the snow. So it's like going down a slide on a donut, right, Brother Denzel?
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
Oh, if you could only see our correspondent's face right now. He is giving me some great reactions to the commentary that's going on in our segment right now. But let's go ahead and see what they're saying in the chat about activities they like to do in the snow. We have a comment from Sister Donna Sanchez. She says, perfect show on a snowy day. She's telling everyone to stay warm and drive safe. She's coming from Bellingham, so maybe they're getting some snow up there, up in the north. We have a response here from Sister Blessing Guillermo. She says her favorite snow activity is sledding and inner tubing. It requires no skill, not like skiing or snowboarding. And we were talking about that earlier. I've been snowboarding, which sounds impressive, but I'm not very good at it. And that's the unimpressive part of that experience. We have a response here from Brother Patrick. He says inner tubing is fun. Just remember to get out of the way because uh, the next one tube can be right behind you. So don't dilly dally, or you might get taken out. Brother Denzel, have you ever experienced anyone not moving out of the way quick enough?
I don't think it was a problem in our previous location that we went inner tubing, because there's a curve as soon as you exit the hill that'll just bring you out
Uh,
of the way of the
okay.
people.
Oh wow. But that is a great tip. If you are in a heavily populated area and there's a lot of inner tubers, yeah, try to get out of the way and don't get hit by incoming inner tubes that are coming down the hill. We have a response here from Sister Elariza Gilmore. Uh, from hashtag Everett. She says the Gilmore family had a 2-day vacation at Whistler Blackcomb Mountain in Canada in 2023. Not sponsored, but a beautiful place to visit. We were confident going down the intermediate trails. Our boys were really impressive. Wow, that sounds like a very fun vacation. Thank you for sharing your experience, sister. We also have one from Sister Rosa Stewart. She's saying it's safer than snowboarding. So, talking about inner tubing. And just walking back up the hill is the challenge. The conveyor belt helps a lot. So, maybe do some research ahead of time to see if they have that conveyor belt so that you can save your stamina and your legs from mountain climbing while you're inner tubing. Speaking of the inner tube, what kind of equipment do you need, Brother Denzel, to inner tube, and where can you inner tube?
So most places that have inner tubing supply the tubes for you, so you don't have to purchase those, just the ticket to use the tubes. And just make sure you wear your snow gear. It gets cold, obviously, it's a snowy place. So places where you can inner tube, the place I just went was Leavenworth, and they have a ski hill, and apparently in the main city you have very small hills for children to ride on. There's also places like Snoqualmie Summit and Snoqualmie Pass, and that has the conveyor belt, and all the hills are straight. So I think that's what that one commenter was talking about when they make sure not to dilly dally so you don't get run into. Also on the western side of Washington, there is Hurricane Ridge that has some snow hills, and I think there's a few more, but I haven't heard much about them.
Wow, that's quite a few different locations. Not sponsored, by the way, but I didn't know that Hurricane Ridge also had inner tubing as well. That is on the like the peninsula, like the far west of Washington, I believe. So that's pretty neat. And wow, so if anyone is interested, there's a lot of different choices. Just go ahead and whoa. We have some footage here of inner tubing right now that was playing on the screen. That was from literal. I guess we can't show that live. It was pretty intense, but it looked like a lot of fun. That surprised me. Thank you, Brother Terrell. Brother Denzel, what's your advice for those who would like to try inner tubing? Say, maybe they're having second thoughts or they're nervous or a bit anxious. Like, what advice do you have for new inner tubers?
Um, just try it out. It's a lot more safe than snowboarding and skiing or sledding because the inner tube will actually keep you inside itself just from how it operates. And bring your whole family because anyone can try it. Our resident minister, 3-year-old son did it. I think another minister's family that was there had their 2-year-old son try it. It's fun for all ages.
That sounds like a lot of fun. When would you say is the best possible time to go inner tubing? Is there like a certain time of the year or what certain months that you'd have? Like if someone wanted to visit here in Washington and they're like, you know what, I want to try inner tubing, see the beautiful sides of snow in the mountains and different things like that. When would be a good time for people to visit?
I would say from the tail end of November all the way up until the tail end of February. So we have a pretty widespread window for if you want to go inner tubing or any snow activities. We actually have a for certain locations, if you want to do snow hikes or anything, we have parking passes dedicated for snow recreational activities. So they definitely know when the seasons are. So around anywhere within that window would be a perfect time to go inner tubing.
Awesome. That is very good to know. So for any of our viewers that may consider inner tubing or just visiting the snowy areas here in Washington, those would be the great times to come and visit and try to experience those wonderful activities. So thank you so much, Brother Denzel, for sharing your insight and experiences in the world of inner tubing. And now we have our next correspondent coming up. He's going to share us his experiences with action in the CFO. Okay, Brother Terrell, what is going on right now in the district?
Thank you, Brother Marlon. Hello, everyone. I am Brother Terrell Torres from the local congregation of Everett. And here are our our past and upcoming activities, as well as our mentions for some of the winners for our past activities. Our past activity last week we had on January 26th, which was our family bowling at Kenmore Lanes. We have our winners for that to announce. So for the ones that were able to participate or join and support the players within your locals, here are the results of that activity. For the high series or for the high game, so this is the winner for the person that bowled the highest game. This goes to our brother from Puyallup who bowled a 236 game, Brother Joshan Ignaco. And then for our high series, so this is the one that bowled 3 games. All of us bowled 3 games, and he had the highest overall, which also from the local of Puyallup with a 595, Brother Ace Derulo. And then for our team competition, friendly competition, in 3rd place, we had the local of Kent. And in 2nd place, from up north, the local of Marysville. And I think this one comes with no surprise coming because high series and high game came from this local. So let's hear it for our first place local, the local of Puyallup. So congrats to all the locals, the brethren that participated. Thank you all so much for joining in that activity, and honorable mention for some of our ministers that also played. We had Kad J. Amogus, who bowled his highest score ever, a 226. And then also our brother Kyle Matugas, who bowled a 230, his highest score ever. So honorable mentions for our ministers who were also able to participate in our family bowling activity. And then our other activity, just yesterday, we had our worldwide EVM in the House of Worship in Seattle, and also the various venues around the district. And then for our future, here are our upcoming and future activities. Tomorrow, which is February 2nd, happy February, everyone. February 2nd, we have our district all officers meeting. So for all the officers that are viewing this, we have our meeting at 6 p.m. in the House of Worship in Seattle. On February 3rd, we will be having our district EVM at 1 p.m. for the first time ever in Kennewick, Washington at the Gupan Grill. I almost said, yes, the Gupan Grill. I think I said that right. Yes, the Gupan. Does that sound right? Come on, Brother Marlon. All right, cool. And since you mentioned the weather, because I wasn't going to mention the weather, it has actually snowed in various places already in Washington starting last night, very early this morning. I actually drove through some of the snow. So up north is actually getting a little bit more snow than I'm assuming down south, because Brother Marlon, I don't think it's snowing over there. No, he gave me a head shake. So up north, it's starting to snow already. It's going to be mixed with rain and snow this weekend, going into the actual week starting on Monday, it'll start actually snowing, snow showers throughout the day. Marysville is going to be getting more snow than I think the rest of us, a little bit more down south. I'm just looking through the other places. Spokane, on the east side, they're actually right now, it's actually pretty sunny and cloudy, and it says on Wednesday it'll snow, but that's about it from all the way east in Spokane. Seattle's going to get rain showers with some snow as well. Snow on Monday, and then rain showers, and then it'll clear up by Thursday. Tacoma, you're going to get some rain and snow. Monday it'll snow, rain and snow, and then it'll clear up again. And then Bremerton, from the local where Brother Denzel's from, same thing, rain, snow, and it'll clear up by Thursday. But yeah, a good time to also just make sure to check your tires, make sure that you have the proper equipment when going out. Be careful, be safe, and watch the roads and check the weather before going anywhere. Of course, pray for the ones that will be traveling long distances, especially for the upcoming activities that we have. So that's all I have, Brother Marlon. Back to you.
Thank you, Brother Terrell. That's a very sound advice for snow driving. Maybe it'll be a future topic of discussion. I know we've done that before. And people in Washington State do get a little bit overzealous when it snows. Some people get a bit too confident, and it can be dangerous out there sometimes. So yes, it's good to be prepared, and it's nice to know what's coming ahead so that we can prepare for the inclement weather that will be coming very soon.
And then be safe and don't make donuts on ice, you know.
Yeah. All right. We have our next segment coming up. Tech, if you could get the video ready, it is our hidden treasures here in Washington State. So please enjoy this short video.
Near the city of Olympia, the beautiful capital of Washington State, and under the hustle and bustle of Interstate 5, lies a hidden treasure of a park. Welcome to Tumwater Falls, a privately owned park that packs many delightful surprises. Lushly green, there's enough to keep a family and their pets busy for an enjoyable time. Throughout the year, the picnic benches and children's playground are busy with families enjoying the amenities and history of the park. Another huge attraction? The 1 mile loop trail that provides a tranquil beauty with exciting twists and turns, courtesy of the beautiful Deschutes River that flows through the park and ending in an 82-drop waterfall into Capitol Lake. That's just one of the 3 falls in the park. Though not large, the falls produce a lot of social media-worthy pictures. Between the falls, there are salmon ladders, reflective pools, massive rocks gouged by the turbulent river, and footbridges at both ends of the trail to complete the magnificence of the park. A highlight each year in the months of September and October is the return of the salmon. Salmon journeys 3 to 4 years to Alaska and back to spawn at the newly renovated state hatchery. During that time, you can witness salmon swimming upstream, flying over the waterfall, and splashing in the lake. At the lower falls, you might even witness seals and herons waiting for a free meal.
Thanks for walking with us at Tumwater Falls. My name is Jerry Guillermo.
And I'm Blessing Guillermo with INCRadio Seattle. See you later.
Place to visit, and it's you're strapped with time. It's only about a mile hike. Beautiful scenery, waterfalls. See the salmon there. Great place to visit. Great video. Thank you for sharing that. Let's go ahead and check our chat one last time before we end our program today. We have a greeting from Sister Annette Baldonado. She's saying happy 21st birthday to Brother Tristan Regino from your Federal Way family. We have a greeting from Brother Mario Oka. He says, good morning here in the Philippines and enjoy watching here on INCRadio Seattle, Washington. Greetings from the local of Brixtonville, district of Caloocan North. I hope I said that right. All right, and we have a greeting here from Brother Ricky Bandal. He says, good morning po from local Salitran district of Cavite South. All right. Getting some international views here today. It is great. Thank you so much for tuning in. We also want to leave everyone with this cliffhanger statement before we end our program for today. Did you know that you can have an authentic Bavarian experience here in Washington State? Find out where by tuning into the show next week. So that's exciting. A nice European experience here in the state of Washington. Where could that be? Okay. All right. So before we leave today, we want to remind everyone that you can tune in to the channel from our YouTube channel. If you want to find us, just type in INC Radio DZEM 954. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe. You can also catch the program at incradio.org. So spread the news so that everyone can join in on all the fun we're having here at INC Radio, Seattle, Washington. Okay. Before we go, we want to say a special thanks to Brother Eduardo Manalo, our Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo, our CEBSI President and CFO Coordinator, Brother Ramil Regino, our District Minister, Brother Relly Rivera, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Chris Valdez, our CFO Overseer, Brother Manly Andaya, our Executive Producer, the listeners, thank you so much for listening today. The INC Radio Tech Crew, thank you so much, Po. The show would not be made possible without all of you. And with that, from INC Radio Seattle, we will see you later.